with people of note, or maybe certain idols of mine, or people I grew up watching on television. I learned early on, sometimes it's okay just to listen to them. You don't have to add in your own color, right? You don't have to try to make a conversation. And I'll tell you why, because it happened with one of your cohorts. And I don't know if I've told this story on the show before, and it was 100% my fault. So I'm okay with telling it. But right before I joined Reality of Wrestling, the year prior, I remember it was actually during a Comic Palooza. I wasn't at Comic Palooza, but I happened to be hosting a a fashion show in downtown. And I'm driving through downtown, and anybody who knows downtown Houston, they're all one-way streets. It's like one way this way, one way that way. So I'm kind of getting lost and confused on where I'm supposed to go. And I'm looking at my phone as I'm driving. And as I'm driving and looking at my phone, the person I was with, we were co-hosting together. Her name was Peaches. Peaches like, watch out. And I slam on my brake and I look up and I almost run over Scott Steiner. This is a true story. Wow. I almost flattened him, right? And he looks at me and kind of gives me this face, like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was really nervous. And I had no idea that Scott Steiner would be downtown. And then we're driving off and I turn to Peaches and go, I think I almost killed Scott Steiner, And she's like, who? And I'm like, the wrestler, Fast forward literally a year later, I'm in Reality of Wrestling and we're bringing Scott Steiner in for an autograph signing. And I pick him up from the airport. I'm paying the dues, and we're driving down the highway and he's talking. And then I say, hey, Scott, you want to hear something funny? A year ago, I was driving in downtown Houston and I almost ran over you in my truck. This very truck we're sitting in now. And he went from being talkative to the rest of the drive was silence. And I understood. I don't blame him at all. That was 100%. Like, why would I tell him that? Why would he want to know that? That does nothing for him.
It does nothing. Give him some bad memories.
Give him a terrible memory. And he probably, if we were like parked, I might have gotten the Steiner recliner. You know what I mean? Or Frankensteiner for my troubles. But that's a true story. And I learned then, you know what? Just listen. Just listen to what they have to say. Thank them for the memories, and keep it moving.
Like I said, maybe he just had a bad day,